going to be talking about a subject that was handpicked by one of our villagers here at the Victory Village, girl code. Do your friends really know what it is? Are they following this? Do the guys have a bro code? We're going to talk about this tonight. I like the topic. I love the subject because a lot of people want to know. I personally never had a problem with this until this year, and it was a shocker. You know the story if you follow me on YouTube. If you are part of the Victory Village, you already know the gruesome details. And needless to say, I was shocked by it. I was totally shocked by it. Did not expect that, but it is what it is. And, life goes on. So, yeah, listen, we are broadcasting from HAPS tonight, which is a broadcasting studio that I have used before. I actually like HAPS. I think it's the bomb. And I encourage you guys to use this because it really is awesome. It's amazing. I love it. I have got all kinds of things going on in my back studio. I need to get some of the stuff cleaned up. But I am sharing this out because I do know that some people don't get their notifications. So you got to do what you got to do for the crew. Hi, everybody in HAPS. Hello, everybody. Where are we? We are in HAPS. We are in YouTube. We are in Twitch. Hello, hello to all of you guys. Love every one of y'all. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I love being able to multi broadcast. And I was telling one of my friends yesterday, I'm like, you really need to get HAPS because it has so many things that StreamYard does not have. And so, yeah, I'm like, get up on that because it is totally, totally necessary. Now I'm backstage messing with some of the buttons and whatnot. So if I start to look funny, just don't pay any attention to it. It'll be fine. All right, I'm checking it out to make sure that we are streaming, and we're streaming. We're good. Hello to everybody in HAPS. Hello, everybody in YouTube. Hello, everybody in Twitch. Glad that you're here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you are in YouTube. I so love that when you like and approve the video. Let's chat it up in the chat. If you are a VIP member, welcome, welcome. And if you are not a member, click that join button on YouTube and become a VIP member so you can get VIP privileges, okay? All right. So oh my God, Haps, you guys are coming through, okay? Y'all are coming through for your girl. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Let me see. I'm gonna go to the back. I'm gonna upload my thumbnail. Always have to do that from YouTube. So just a little FYI, if you do go into HAPS and you do a broadcast, just make sure that you open up your YouTube in your back studio so that you can upload your thumbnail because you can't really do that in HAPS, but it doesn't bother me at all. You can put your end screen, you can do your tag words. You can do all of that while you're broadcasting. And if you're monetized, of course, turn on your monetization. So, you get credit for all of that. So we're talking about girl code tonight. Um, let's see. Bro code. Let's see. And I'm just typing in my hashtags because I've already got them in Haps. Hi, you guys. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Yes, I appreciate you guys. We're going to get started in a little bit. Let's see, friends. Should put frenemies and girlfriends and loyalty. All right, I think I have enough for that, and then I'm going to save that and then cut on my monetization, and then we'll be ready to go. So you have a few steps to go through, whatever. I hope you guys can hear me okay. If you can, great. If not, let me know. Be like, ma'am, listen, I can't hear you. And I will make sure because I have a backup mic in here. You know what I'm saying? I can't go through any more embarrassment. Shout out to the information man and Daddy Cooks that were on last night. We were doing some tech talk last night, and I had so much fun. And not a lot of girls like listening to the technical stuff, but I love it because it helps me grow. So because when you're on the internet and you're broadcasting your own show, the thing is you are a producer as well. So you have to know how to produce good content. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying, it's not going to go well. So, yeah, shout out to everybody. Hey, what is going on? I'm loving these numbers. That's why I tell y'all to get with Haps because you know what I'm saying? Y'all come through. Okay, so listen, you guys. If you are a YouTuber and you are in the chat, go ahead and drop your URL so that everybody else can see you. Everybody in Twitch, everybody in Haps or whatever, and grow your community. I do not mind at all. As a matter of fact, I encourage that, especially if you are a new YouTuber coming to the stage. You're going to need to, make that happen. So appreciate you guys that are showing love. And if you are a new YouTuber, you don't have to be a new YouTuber. You could just be, hey, drop your links so we can all see you. And I'm going to open up my browser. Hold on just a second. All right, I had to mute that, but I do want to have both of my pages up or whatever. Shout out to the viewers in the bushes and the viewers that are live and the ones that I can see on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. Y'all are showing out on Haps. I love it. Showing out on Twitter. Um, Not Twitter, but Twitch. Don't shoot me. Okay. I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. Check this out. One of my subscribers wrote to me and she was talking about the girl code, and it's, really important. Um, when you have a group of friends that you're, friends with, not frenemies, but friends, you know what I mean? And you're dating somebody and then you guys break up and then he likes somebody in your, friendship circle. Do you give them your blessing? Do you feel like that shouldn't even be an option because if she was really your friend, she wouldn't be doing this anyway? I'm really eager to know what you guys think about that because for me, again, if you guys know the story, and I thought me and this girl were cool. I thought we were friends. I thought, hey, she's got my back, I have hers. But I got to thinking about it, a couple of weeks ago. I really got to thinking about it more and more. And it's not just her. When somebody that you've dated or somebody that you've married, or like your friends. You know what I mean? And your spouse, ex, right now, your husband should know, if this is a friend or if this is not a friend. But sometimes your friends, will lie and say, well, we're not that close, or I haven't talked to her in so long, or whatever. And that gives the guy the green light. Meanwhile, you're sitting back going, really? Really? Okay. I didn't know we were stabbing each other in the back. I didn't know that. Now, let's be real. If you live in a small town, everybody knows who you're in a relationship with. Everybody knows, who you were married to. It's not a secret at all. And so, knowing that, I would say, well, if this person, really values your friendship, or if they, are a true friend to you, or, just acknowledge that you had a friendship at one time, unless you absolutely hate this person, why would you go behind their back and, mess with anybody that they used to be in a relationship with? It doesn't make sense unless they're really selfish and they really don't care. On one hand, I've got some people who are saying, well, you know what, you know, just because that person wasn't meant for you, it doesn't mean that, they weren't meant for somebody else. They could be your best friends, forever. And some people don't have a problem with that. Now, when I was in my 20s, you guys, I really didn't care. I was not trying to get married for real. Straight out the gate, right after or before my 21st birthday, I was married. I had a baby. Like, I was living a life. I was working. I was still in school trying to graduate. Like, I had some stuff to do. I was busy. Okay. And so, for me, after that marriage ended, dating wasn't so important because I still, I had to go to work. I had my baby, I had some health issues. Hey, chop it up, babe. How you doing? Welcome to the village, girl. You guys, chop it up is indeed a VIP member. So, if y'all want to hit that join button, I'm telling you, it's a perfect time. It's the middle of the week. Get in on that good VIP content that's about to drop. Okay. Hey, JJ. How you doing? These are people that are coming from YouTube. YouTubers, we are on Twitch tonight. We are we are on YouTube tonight. All right. We are multicasting using Haps. And of course, we're on Haps tonight. Shout out to my 29 and Haps. I appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to my crew and I gotta learn how many people watch me on Twitch. I don't know. I think that you like on Twitch you can watch video but not actually go in the room or whatever. Well, I'm not really sure. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys nevertheless. So I'm down with that. But anyway, going back to, you know, now for some people the girl code, I guess it doesn't exist. Um, in the church world, the church family, I'm thinking that it exists. I'm thinking that, we all know better or whatever. This girl claims to be some sort of minister. She claims, to be, in love with the Lord or whatever. So it just took me by surprise. It really shocked me that, she was not only dating my ex husband, but wanting to marry him. And so I found out through the grapevine because, as you know, I live in a small town, right? So everybody knows what's going on except me. Why? Because I'm busy. Okay. I'm booked and busy. I'm busy and booked. I don't have time, for what's going on out there in the streets. Hi, you guys. Welcome. So for me, I'm totally in the dark and these people know it. They're like, if you want Tawana, you need to call her or text her or something because she is busy. Now, being the friend that I am, if you call me and you need me, I'm right there. Thank you for my hearts and my thumbs up. I appreciate it, guys. So, I don't really, every now and then, I'll send a text or a call. Hey, how you doing? I'm sorry I've been a little busy, this, that, and the other, but I love you. Just to keep in touch and, get in touch with me sometimes or whatever. And I know how some people are. Well, if she's too busy to call me, I ain't calling her. And that's cool or whatever. And then you have some people who are cool, when they see you, but when they're not in your presence or, you guys don't hang out like you used to or whatever, it just kind of leaves you wondering. For me, that's not an issue. You know what I'm saying? Again, we live in a small town, so when I'm in the hospital or I'm sick or, something's going on in my life and you don't show up for me, you don't give me a phone call, a text, an inbox from social media or something like that, I just assume you're going on with your life. You don't care. Hello, Karen. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Um, when you do stuff like that, it just I know where I stand with you. Let me just put it like that. If you're not showing up for me, I know where I stand. Okay. The proof is in the pudding. So, yeah, every now and then I will reach out to my friends. I have my best friend who is my god sister. We don't talk every day because she's busy and so am I, but we always check on each other. I'm just sending some love. I haven't forgotten about you. I've been working, blah, 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 blah. But, probably once a month or so, or once every 6 weeks, we make it, a plan to get together. and she'll come and see about me and my uncle because she loves Uncle Luke. Who doesn't love my uncle? Okay. And so she makes it, a priority. I'm in the calendar. I need to go see Twana and Uncle Luke because, Uncle Luke has been sick and, Twana was in the hospital and blah, 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 blah. So I know who's on Team Twana. Okay. I know who's on my team. I know who my success circle is. Hey, lovely. Are you at work? Thank you, boo. Listen, and you guys know, you feel me where I'm coming from. You know who's in your circle of success. You know who's in your friendship circle. You know who your girls are. You know who your guys are, that stand by you. And you may not talk every day. You may not even talk every week, but you know that if you call this person, they're right there for you. And that's how I've always been. I've always been like that. When I was younger, I was in the studio all the time. My mom started me singing when I was like maybe about 4 years old. And then a couple of years after that, I started playing piano. So I've always been in the church sector, like all the time. It could be 2 or 3 times a week. If we show up somewhere, they're going to ask me to sing or they're going to ask me to play, keyboard. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm booked at an early age, thanks to my mom, because I'm an only child. I'm the only child that my mom has, okay? Now, but dad, he had like, I think 4 girls. And so then when he married mom, I became number 5. My biological father has a lot of kids, and I don't know how many there are, but you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like I was lonely, but my mom didn't want me to get in trouble. So I have always had something to do. I've always been like, I've always had the hustle, the entrepreneur spirit or whatever. So I thrive on keeping busy. I don't sit around and wait for my friends to call me so we can go have froyo. I like staying busy. And when I'm not, I have this nervous energy. Like I just, you know what I mean? I need to keep moving. And stuff like that is important to me. So the people who are in I call a success circle or my sister circle or whatever, they know how I am and they don't take it, you know, crazy that, well, she just doesn't care about me. No. If I haven't talked to you in 10 years and you call me and tell me your car broke down and you're on the side of, 72 and I need you to come get me off the freeway, I'm I'm in the car right now. Let me pull it up on GPS. I'll be there in a minute. And that's just how I am. Period. And people who, have known me for years, people who know me, they know how I am. All you have to do is say, need you. Nothing is so important that I won't be there for you. For me, that is a part of girl code. When it comes to dating, I have never in my wildest dreams ever wanted to date somebody that my friends have dated. Never wanted to marry somebody that my friends, and this goes like for people I know. You know what I'm saying? I know you. We went to school together. We went to college together. We used to work together. I'm just talking about myself. I feel some sort of way, like very strange. You know what I'm saying? Like you used to talk to my friend, you used to talk to my sister, you used to talk to my girl. We were girls in high school. So, you know what I'm saying? That means something to me. So imagine my surprise when, the girl who I thought was a friend, like if I even saw her, I wouldn't know what to say because she's supposed to be getting married to my ex-husband. And we haven't been like divorced that long that it's okay. Like I'm not on my deathbed. I'm not about to die anytime soon, but you've been dating my ex-husband, for I don't know how long, and you don't speak, you don't call, you don't, message me or whatever. So I'm like, well, she's busy because we kind of grew up in the same way in the church sector. Our churches have, bonded over the years or whatever. So I'm like, well, she's busy or whatever. We'll see. We'll see each other. No, we won't because you're dating my ex-husband. We live in a small town. You know who my ex-husband is. Don't play with me. And then all of a sudden, you pop up with one of these. Pretty. It's pretty, isn't it? Isn't that pretty? You could never. But anyway, you. uh, exactly, lovely. That's exactly what I was about to say. It's just icky feeling. How could you? How? And then, you think about, for me, I'm sitting here going, you know, she's in what used to be my house, what used to be my bed, what used to be, my husband. You're there being who I used to be. Now, here's the thing for me, JJ. Here's the thing for me, lovely. Hey, Jean, if she's your friend, you don't want her to be happy. I mean, and thank you for joining me on Twitter. I appreciate that. But I mean, you can be happy, but I would think something like that would warrant a conversation. I know that you guys used to be married, but I really, really like him. And I just wanted you to know that that's respectful. Even if she had done that, I probably would be like, you know what, do what you want to do. We're not together anymore, but it's just that girl code. It's just that, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Just say something. Don't just do it. And then when I find out, I'm a little bit crushed because not only, am I divorced, but I'm thinking, I could call you up one day and do lunch and no, you're in my house. I mean, you have to be married for a long time and then get a divorce to understand where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? Be happy, but you don't have to have him. I mean, I know we live in a small town, but excuse me, you used to live in Indiana. I mean, you should know that's where you're from. You're from, you should. Do you not have any other girlfriends? Do you do them like you do me? I feel like that, lovely. I feel like she crossed a boundary. I mean, you didn't even say anything. Now, get this. For those of you who don't know the story, there's a backstory to this. And I just want your honest opinion about this, okay? This is a woman. The way that we became friends is that I went to her dad's church. Um, my daughter's biological father is the minister at that church, a minister of music, mind you, at that church. Um, my friend Elaine and everything, come to church. He wants to see, Bree. He wants to see the baby. So I said, fine. He wants to see the baby. We'll let him see the baby. I don't mind at all. So I ended up going to the church so that he could see, our daughter. We don't have a relationship, mind you. So, you know, it's not rubbing me any type of way. It's not making me feel any type of way. And so she had heard about me. So she came over to me and introduced herself. And I said, hi, I'm Twana. Nice to meet you. I don't know scrap about this girl. And she says to me, I had a baby by your brother. Where is she? Where is this baby? So she brings the baby, and she said, the baby's name. And then your brother Stamosli, me and him went together for a long time. Now she has 2 kids. The other child is by my cousin. I need to get a drink. Hold on. I'm baffled. But she didn't tell me that until a little bit later. Lovely says that I've never married or divorced, but I feel that's nasty. Thank you. Was she looking at him while you were married? I don't know. I never would have thought that she was eyeing my husband while we were married. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, every time we saw each other, we spoke, and I used to love to go to their church, like when they would have a concert or something like that, and our girls would, hug and, oh my God, I haven't seen you. We're just, one big happy family. I used to date her brother back in the day when, I was like really young or whatever. And I've hung out, at her parents' house, watching movies and, just sitting on the couch covered up in a blanket, just, chilling because we're like family. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, Vanessa. Vanessa says, I don't play that. I can get my own. Never would cross that line. Lovely says, OMG, she's all in the family. Jean says, your brother, cousin claim these kids. Yes. My brother Stu loves his children. She's not the only child Stu has. He claims all of his kids. He pays child support. He takes visitation. He is a really, really good guy, I can say. And my cousin, I don't know because we don't talk that much. Um, I know, well, his daughter looks just like him, so I would assume at some point you need to acknowledge that child. You know what I'm saying? But me and my brother Stu, we grew up together because he's by my biological father. My biological father has kids, with other women, but him and my mom, I'm the only child. So I grew up meeting them, gradually. So I know who that side of my family is, even though I lived with mom and that side of the family, I know who my siblings are. And then when my biological father passed away a few years ago, I met my youngest brother. And then a couple of years ago when I was sick, I met my youngest sister. So, you see what I'm saying? You don't know. This town is very small, so you don't know. So imagine my surprise when I show up at your church. I don't know you from a can of paint, and you have my little cousin and my little niece. These children hung out at my house. They, play dress up with Bree. I would go and get them just because, Bree is an only child. She wanted somebody to play with. Well, let's go get your cousins. And then we ended up having a concert years ago, still in my 20s or whatever. Bree's born. I think she's about 2 years old. She's 29 now, so you do the math. I meet this wonderful guy. We kind of don't, mesh well, but, we dated, for close to a year or whatever. And we still remained friends after that. He ended up being a guitar player at that same church. And Rochelle and I were standing there talking, and the kids were running around playing. And he walks up and says, "Who's your friend?" I said, "Oh, this is my girl. And, this is Ken or whatever." Now he says to me, "I really like her. Do you mind if I ask her out?" I said, "No, go for it. I don't care." You know, it was like, it wasn't like I was hopping, jumping, skipping, diving, falling in love or whatever. But I mean, if you want to, she says, "I don't know because he's not my type." Well, a year later, they got married. And little did she know that that ring was supposed to be my ring first. So she got a baby by my brother, a baby by my cousin. She's married to my ex. Now she's about to get married to my recent ex. And I'm like, this is a little stalkerish in a way, but it's been happening gradually. I'm 49 years old. I met her in my 20s, you guys. So this is like, no, never introduced her to the husband. Absolutely not. But everybody knows him. He lives in the neighborhood of the church. And so her dad, which is the pastor of that church, lives in that neighborhood as well. So it's not like she didn't know who he was. Everybody knew who my husband was. And there's really not a girl that I know, whether we're friends or not, that would go there. Like, I don't do stuff like that. And so for the people who know me, they know that I'm Pastor Johnson's, daughter. They know she's a minister. She's a psalmist at the church. She doesn't play that. You know what I'm saying? So it's very funny how another PK, which is a preacher's kid, and we, our girls are like playing with each other and everything. It's really funny how, and it makes me wonder how many other guys that I dated did you come in contact with? Like, were you just waiting for me to, be done with them or whatever? And then, like when you get married and you go through a messy divorce, it's not the easiest thing in the world. So everybody else or whatever, I really don't care. But here you are messing around with my ex-husband, no phone call, you didn't bother to reach out to me, you didn't think that it was important, but you will get on social media and go, "So this happened this weekend," and I said yes. Okay. My daughter found out before me. Now, what she doesn't know is this man, okay, you got, okay, we're back. It, what do you call that? Buffered a little bit. So hopefully that didn't scare you guys. Hopefully that, but what she doesn't know is the husband keeps in contact with my daughter. And he wrote this long, lavish message to my daughter just a few weeks ago. Wasn't long at all. Telling my daughter that he knew that we belonged together and how I was good for him and I was definitely good to him and he's never going to find anybody like me, and blah, 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 and, how he missed her and, she was, still like his daughter and, all of this foolishness. And I'm like, Bree, that's fine, but I can't do it because of the mess that I endured. Do I love him? Yes, but would I want to go back? I don't think so. I don't like abuse. I don't like being treated like trash. So for me, it's a no. You know, we can be friends from a distance or whatever, but I'm not. I don't. I like being treated good. I like if you can't treat me better than I treat me, then we're probably not a good mix. I love me. You know what I'm saying? I don't abuse me. I love myself. So whoever's going to be with me, you have to love me too and show it. And so for me it's a no or whatever, but if the guy ended up in the hospital or I would definitely go see him or send him flowers or something. I don't hate him. We're just not good together. I don't have another friend, not even my best friend, and she hung around us every week. She would get off work, come over to the house, and we would go to church together. Like, we're all family. When we first decided to split up, he didn't call his friends, he called my best friend. And she goes, well, maybe you should pray about it and this, that, and the other. I left 3 times. And then this next time, I was like, we're not gonna keep doing this. Like I'm done. I'm over it. It's a bit much. Have I ever spoken ill of him? Absolutely not. Because he has good qualities. He is a great provider. He's a great protector. He's just emotionally distant. He's emotionally cut off because there are some things that happen in his life that I wouldn't dare speak of that he's told me about. And you can't help but feel, some type of way about, that stuff. And I totally get it. I went through some stuff when I was a kid too. It makes me wonder, how am I even still alive at 49 years old? And that's the kind of stuff that you confide in, when you're married or when you're in a relationship. You confide, in your spouse about that stuff. So, you can, begin a process of healing. You know what I'm saying? So there are things that we told each other that, keeps us bonded, forever. So it's not, I'm never going to say I hate him, but I just know that you guys know what I'm talking about. If you've ever been in a relationship before and you don't get along, with that person, but as friends, you guys get along really well because you don't live in the same house together and you don't have all that pressure. So, it's like, okay, I get it. But would that warrant me dating one of my friend's exes? Absolutely not. There are too many men in the world. Too many men in the world. I don't think, me and Carrie are really good friends and then Carrie gets a divorce and then I'm next in line for her husband. I don't think so because I look at him differently. I don't look at him like an available bachelor. I look at him as my friend's ex. And you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at her going, is he cool? Are y'all cool? Yeah, we're still friends. Okay, then he's still family. But if my girl says, no, I can't stand him, guess what? Okay, none of us stand him. That's just, am I right or am I right? Am I lying or am I telling the truth? Let me go to the audience and see what you guys are saying. OMG, she's all in the family. Yes. And my brother and cousin, yes, they claim their children. Jesus, that nightmare. She's all up in your family. Exactly. So did you introduce her to your husband? No. Not your type, huh? Really? Oh, well. She wants to be you. Doesn't it sound that way? Does it not sound like a Lifetime movie? Like, for real. I could write a book and it could turn into a Lifetime movie. I'm not kidding. I agree with you, lovely. Ree's in the house. Hey, girl. Vanessa says, I bet she was lovely. Things just don't happen overnight. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Things don't just happen overnight. Things do not happen overnight. And I guarantee you, because she, knew, of course, she could never deny that, she doesn't know me. But if she wants him bad enough, that means that she knows where he worked or where he works at now. She knows that he has money. She knows that he has a nice home. There's a lot of things. So she knows what to do to weasel her way in. You know what I mean? And when you're in a situation like that, you already know girl code is broken because she's probably talked about you like a dog. No telling what the was friend told the husband. She's this, she's that, she did this, she did that. And of course he's gullible, so he's being brainwashed. He believes, everything because she's pretty, she's new, she's this and she's that. So it alters the way I look at people. Will I ever look at them the same? Absolutely not, because I thought both of them had better sense than this. And now I can understand, when I'm watching an actual Lifetime movie, I can understand how stuff goes down. Like, it's not so far fetched when it happens to you. JJ says that she probably thinks you are competition. Why though? Really? That's what happened to you? You were divorced. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I don't understand why this girl would think I'm competition though. It's never been like that, or I didn't think it was. Let me change what I was saying. I never looked at us as being competition. Never. I know that I'm different. I'm not good at, well, to toot my own horn. I'm not average. I'm not the same as most of my friends. I'm very different. I'm very quiet and subdued. I throw myself into my work. Um, and the types of men that I usually go for are not the norm for around here. It's not. You know what I'm saying? I don't just date the drug dealer or the guy that's, the cutest or the guy that has the best looking car. I usually am looking for an emotional supporter, and I'm definitely looking at, are you set up for success? So, are you ready to be in a relationship? Are you ready to be in a marriage? Is what I normally look for. So the men that I date are normally older than I am, even now. I wouldn't date anybody my age, or like, if you're 5 years younger than me, then we can't, because you're not on my list. I have a list. Okay. I think every woman should have a list of pros and cons. This is what I will put up with. This is what I won't. These are deal breakers over here. But this right here, these are all the things that I want in a man, and I don't have to settle for less. So then you get yourself prepared to accept who's on your list, because you can pray about it. Do I believe that there are certain people that are, designed just for you? No. That's just me though. That is just me. I believe, in praying about these things, and, listen, I've set goals for myself and I don't need you trying to tear it down. And need I say this? He didn't meet every criteria on my list, but the things that bothered me the most was the detachment. All of a sudden, you're not emotionally available, and, you know, it makes me think a certain way about you when you act as if you don't trust me. Like, you always have to know where I'm at and see where I'm at. And, if you, I mean, like, just the stupidest things that, you do, You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little weird when you don't start the relationship off like that, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, okay, so what are you doing? It makes me look like you're really doing something. Because where's the trust? Where's the trust in the relationship or whatever? That kind of stuff drives me bananas. But I'm interested in knowing, you guys. Shout out to the 85 that are in the HAPS room. I love you guys so much. I appreciate it. Let me see how many we got over here in YouTube. We got 7 in YouTube. Shout out. What's going on with Twitter? We got 25. All right, Twitter. Yes, come through. Hey, Twitch. We got stuff going on in the YouTube streets. Y'all need to come on over to YouTube. Go ahead and hit that join button. Become a VIP member. Let me see. Let her have that controlling trouble. It sounds like that woman gets around that town. I mean, it sounds that way to me too. And I can't throw shade. When I was younger, there were a lot of people that wanted to date me, and I had a reputation for being like, I don't know if it was a tease or whatever, but I don't know. There was a word because guys oftentimes would snarl their nose up at me because I just don't want to date anybody. I'm like, we can be friends or whatever, but guys don't want to be put in the friend zone. You know what I'm saying? But then it just made me wonder, do guys have a bro code? Do you guys have a friend code like the girls do? I am curious. I want to know. Yes, Bree, the Victory Village. I want to know. Do you guys know? Does your man, does your boyfriend, does your husband have a bro code? And if so, you know, because listen, I know that if the girls will break the code, the guys will break the code as well. So I'm a little interested in it. I've never talked to any male species about, the bro code or whatever, but I'm almost certain that there is. Now, say for instance, if one of his friends wanted to get with me, it would be really funny seeing that if I haven't met you, if I haven't seen you, I wouldn't even know that you were this man's friend. But I can tell you this, there were a lot of his friends watching me on social media even before we got married. And there were quite a few that reached out to me even before the ink was dry on the divorce papers. So, do I think that she initiated, that relationship? Absolutely. If a man does something like that, he's looking for revenge. If a woman does something like that, she's trying to find out what you had, or she's trying to latch on to him because of something he has and she wants it. And that's just life. That's the way it is, you guys. I'm telling the truth. Catherine, hi. Catherine says it sounds like she had a plan from the beginning. Exactly. There is something over there that she said, I'm going to get my hands on. Now, he makes his lifestyle look very good. I will say, he really does. The man works, a couple of jobs, and he loves his vintage cars. So I know that, I would get some, eyeballs and dirty looks if he was riding me around in one of his cars, but rightfully so. I was his wife. If I wanted to drive one of them, I could. So, I'm pretty sure that, in our little town, yes, yes, I was hated on. I got some looks. There are lots of people like that. I'm not the only one. I just, I don't know how to envy, and I don't know how to, what does the Bible call it? You know, um, when you're lusting after, something that somebody else has. I really don't know how to do that because I get my own stuff. I get my own, jewelry. I get my own nails done. I get my own hair together. You know what I'm saying? I do this for myself. Didn't really have to when I was married, but while we were married, I went to work, sick or not. And, I got my paycheck every couple of weeks, and I got some stuff done that I needed to get done. And I was looking like this before I got married. So did I upgrade? No. I was already where I was supposed to be. So I didn't have to up. It wasn't like save a hoe camp. Okay. There was no save a hoe camp. He didn't look at me and go, "Oh, she's horrible. Let me take her home and give her a bath and, upgrade this chick." Mm-mm. Was nothing like that. Nothing like that. The man said, "I've been following you on social media for years. I love you on Periscope. I love your live streams, and you're just as beautiful in person." Blah 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 blah. Great. So what does a brother have to do to take you out? Well, first of all, stop talking in the third person, and second of all, you know what I'm saying? Yes, it's coveting. You're not supposed to covet, and I don't do that. Lovely says yes, she was preying on you while pretending to be your friend. I kind of think so. I kind of think so. And in stating my case, I guess some people don't consider me, a good friend because, maybe, I'm not around as much. That doesn't make a good friend because you see them every day or every other day. Y'all are in each other's face. You know, that doesn't prove that a person is a great friend. But if I need you and hello, hey girl, I got a situation. And it's been instances like that, you guys, that has shown me in the past who my real friends were. Because you got some friends who are only friends when you have money, when you get paid, when you get the paycheck, and you guys can go out to eat or go to the movies. And, are you paying? It's on you because I'm a little broke this week. And she says that every week. We have the friends that, they need a ride. You know what I'm saying? You got the friends that say, "Ooh, let me hold something." These people that I speak of right now, ladies and gentlemen, are not your friends. Those are called leeches. Okay. Every time you see me, if you need your hair done for free, if you need a babysitter for free, no, you're not my friend. If you need a ride somewhere, but you don't call me until you need a ride, you are not my friend. You are a leech, and I don't have pets. So I don't need a leech on a lease always following me around because you want to use my money or you want to use my car. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend back in the day, friend loosely, who actually had the audacity to ask me if she could use my apartment. I'm like, for what? You're gonna use my apartment? Are you No, sis, what you need to do is get an apartment. Nasty? I never even asked her what it was for. I'm just like, mm-mm. Catherine says, but God is in the blessing business and you will win in the end. Keep your beautiful spirit and live on. She lost a very loyal friend. You got that right, Catherine. Lost a friend because, like I said before, I won't ever be looking at this person the same way. And I can't. It's just, ugh, ugh, ugh. Reese says, I truly keep friends at a distance now. Conditional friends need something. You know what I'm saying? That's that thing. Now, and again, I have, my besties. We are ride or die for each other. You know what I'm saying? We go down together. When we rise up together. We don't leave each other behind. You know what I'm saying? But all of us, are girl bosses, so we don't hang around each other every day. We're lucky that we get a couple lunches in, every month. And the pandemic didn't hurt our friendship at all, because we text all the time. We might call each other and say, you want to meet at Panera, on next Tuesday or something like that. So it really didn't hurt that much. We use Zoom and Skype a lot. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of my besties don't live where I live anymore, so we're scattered about. So we might want to take a girls trip or something, once a year. You know what I'm saying? But this chick right here, she won't ever be invited. It's at that place where I don't even respect her in the ministry. I don't believe, that she's a minister. I don't believe that she was called into the ministry because of too much. And then this right here was the cherry on top of the sundae. It's all in your action, though. It's all in, you know, the proof is in the pudding, as they say. It's all in your actions. JJ said, "What apartment?" Shebo. Yes. Can I borrow your apartment this weekend, sis? I know you probably gonna be out of town or whatever, but I just, I need your apartment. What? First of all, no. And second of all, really? Like I wanted to curse, but I didn't want the curse words to come out. Like, I felt it sliding out of my, so I had to pray. I had to pray and I said, bridle my tongue because it's hard to stay saved, with the ratchet, the young and the ratchet. Y'all remember the young and the restless? Well, in my neighborhood, it's the young and the ratchet. Okay. You guys can definitely comment in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking. Tell your stories. I would love to hear. Get your own apartment, lovely. Exactly. Shout out to the 98 in the house over here on Haps. I appreciate you guys. You guys show up for me all the time. Thanks to the 26 that are out there on Twitter and Twitch. I love y'all. And shout out to the 7 watching on YouTube. I love y'all too. YouTube, really, we're close knit over on YouTube, but I love all of my people. uh, that's funny. Schuler King just dropped a video. Super funny. Kind of in line with what we're talking about, so that's super funny. Okay, listen. I have figured out I'm using Haps, right? While you guys are commenting and stuff. I'm using Haps, and this is the beta portion of Haps. So if you see a little buffering and stuff, it's no, big deal. Don't hang up or anything. It's just, Hap. Listen, they have an invite button on here. I just like StreamYards, except for it's a little bit better in my opinion. This program is on the cloud. So if you guys want to try Haps, let me know. I will send you an invite and you can try it. Let me tell you something, you broadcasters that are out there, shout out 100. Shut up. Broke my record tonight on Haps, you guys. I got 100 views. Yay. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all so much. You have no idea. But yeah, Haps is where it's at. It is new, upcoming, it's rising. And you know what? I mean, would I rather Haps or StreamYards? Haps. It's got all the stuff and it's absolutely free, so you don't have to upgrade or anything. And you get to make an account in here. You can go live, you can save your live streams, just like you can on StreamYard. It's like really great. And it's in the beta process right now, so you don't have to download. It's right there on the internet, and I absolutely love it. You can upload images that go along with your story of the night or whatever. I mean, it's got so many things. Like, it's just awesome. It's amazing. So I absolutely love Haps. It's really easy to create an audience, especially if you're staying within your niche. People love it, and there's always somebody on. So thank you guys. There's always somebody on, Haps or whatever, like 24/7. So I got 47 people in the chat collectively. So shout out to everybody that's been chatting it up and stuff. I appreciate y'all too. Reese says, now I also know someone that is dating her best friend's husband. What? Hold up. The girl passed away. I kind of think that is okay, but the girl used to tease that she wanted him to be with her. Oh, I mean, well, clearly she wasn't teasing. But the friend is now deceased, you know, and so I understand that. You know what I mean? I understand. I just, it makes me want to move away from here in the fear of running into them. But I don't think that we, socialize or whatever in the same circles. Um, and the guy that I'm seeing, I'm gonna say that he doesn't know these guys. The guy that I'm seeing right now, he's from the country, just like myself. So I don't think they know, each other. I don't know if they do or not. But everybody's been following me on social media since there was ice water. You know what I'm saying? So who I've been in a relationship with because it's right there on my social media. Never hid anything from anybody or whatever. So you can't say you didn't know because I'm right there in your face. Catherine said, "Not me." I I don't know, Ree. Right. She's not here to witness it and she's not here to. So, yeah, that right there is a plus. You know what I mean? Because she'll never get that slap in the face. She'll never get you know, that text message, with receipts, pictures and stuff. It's like, you know, I mean, like, and to, whoever the jackass was that reached out to my daughter, you should really be ashamed. Get it. People don't understand that when you're married, you get the whole family or whatever. So people get attached. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like she doesn't even want to communicate with this guy, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. You know, my daughter is, oh, you're gonna marry my cousin's mother. Like, really? Maybe there's a shortage of women and men. Maybe that's it. There's a shortage out there. There's a shortage. Hey, Daddy Cooks, there's a shortage out there, and you know what I'm saying. That's the only thing that I can say is that there must be a shortage of men out there in order for this kind of stuff to be going on. Daddy Cooks, wow, Haps sounds interesting. I'm going to have to check it out. Yes, hapsisthebomb.com. I literally love it. I cannot wait. I decided to go ahead and get the webcam. So I'm excited about that. Yay, so excited. So excited. Oh, God. The quality of the video is just going to be so crisp and clear. And next week I'm gonna be real cute. Y'all can see how cute I really am with my new Logitech. And I was gonna I still might go ahead and get the connector that connects my Sony camera to to use as a webcam. I'm not saying that that's not on my list. But it's faster for me right now. Hey, Vicky, it's faster for me right now to just go ahead and get that Logitech because I don't understand how to fully connect all this stuff and I don't have help here physically. So I'm just gonna get that Logitech so I can get it popping. You know what I'm saying? And then that way I'll always have a backup, just like with the other microphones and stuff. So, because you never know, you definitely need backup with electronics because you never know what might happen. JJ said, I had a friend always wanted to celebrate her birthday, right? She never asked about my birthday, and I knew that day I had to end the fake friendship. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you can't come for my birthday. You can't help me celebrate. You know what I'm saying? You're not a friend. You're literally not my friend. And that's the kind of stuff that really just ticks me off. The fake friendship. You don't care about me. You don't care. And that's just so unfortunate because these people are missing out on a wonderful person. You could have a great person in your life, but instead you're too busy trying to scam on somebody or just using them, for whatever. And it's just so unfortunate that it says Hap sounds interesting. Have to check it out. Trust and believe. You got some season that are ratchet. Vanessa is the ratchet. It is the ratchet. Okay? The ratchet is on the hunt. The ratchet is on the prowl. Okay? Yes, indeed. If I have not said hello to you guys, hello, welcome to watching right there on YouTube. Shout out to the 103 that are chilling with me on Haps. I appreciate you guys. And to the 27 on Twitter. Mwah, mama love this. Okay. Shout out to everybody in Twitch because I know y'all are collecting, with my Twitter audience. And I do love to multicast, to you guys at the same time. So, I love it. Building audiences. We were talking about that a little bit last night. Building your audience, more than one platform or whatever. And I don't even stretch or stress about, everybody come on over to YouTube. We do have some people that actually do, come to YouTube and, this, that, and the third. And that's fine if you want to cross pollinate, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have to. I always try to keep a vehicle handy like StreamYards or OBS or Haps so that I can multi-stream, you know what I'm saying? And, I don't leave anybody out. With the social media, I don't really care about it, to be honest with you, because it doesn't really help my moving and my shifting around. But with the streaming apps and the streaming, platforms, that's my hype or whatever, because even though I may not blog anymore, so typing isn't my thing, but to actually have interaction with you guys is. So I always stay on top of everything that I use for streaming, and when something else comes out that may be better, I like to give it a try. So I'm glad that everybody is liking Haps because I love this thing. I think it's amazing. So I'm thinking about, yeah, this summer I'm probably going to be where I want to be. I'm probably going to be at my 10,000 mark on YouTube, and I'm probably going to have my audio set up the way I want. And I know getting the new camera or whatever is going to help tremendously. I'm not really going to dive into the makeup and stuff until I get the camera, because I just kind of, and I have a ring light, like you can use it with your phone and stuff, and it's a good idea, but I just really want that, crisp effect. You know what I'm saying? I want true color and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to jump into something and then, it look terrible. So Vicky's World is in the house. Daddy Cook says, how many venues can you broadcast to simultaneously? I think you can do. I have not seen LinkedIn on here, okay, but I think you can do Facebook. I just, prefer not to. I know, I know. I'm gonna pray about it and get back with y'all. But you can do YouTube, you can do Facebook, you can do Twitter, you can do Twitch. You can do Periscope, but Periscope is retiring at the end of the month. So they have several. And then if you want to connect this to your OBS, you can. If you have, all the little codes or whatever, you can pretty much hook up anything you want to Haps. But, they automatically have that social media thing pat down. And this is beta. I don't mind it at all because, again, you could just go to haps.tv and set yourself up for success. Ree says, can you record with Haps? Absolutely. Everything that you do on Haps is recorded. I have not just recorded something and then try to upload it. I use OBS for that, but this broadcast will be recorded everywhere that I went, live. So if I want to go to YouTube and download it and put it somewhere else, I can. And like Daddy Cooks was saying last night, you can take the audio, you know what I'm saying, and then just upload that on a podcast or on your website or something if you want to, especially if the conversation is great, you know what I'm saying. But you don't really necessarily want the audio. Like I have Wix for my website, right? And so with that, I can upload more audio than I can video, obviously, because it takes more. But I still have enough space, to put a good number of videos on there or whatever. And so I can take it, from here. I could take it from, Twitter. I can take it from YouTube, whatever, and just upload it on my website without having to embed or anything. And it just makes life a lot easier. So, you can definitely record with HAPS. You can also have up to 5 people in your stream. No, six. One, two, three, four, five, six. You can have up to 6 people in your stream, and they have different layouts. They have the stack layout, which is side by side, and then they have the pip layout, which is the presenter and then the two guests, and then they have the 6 grid layout, and then they have the tall layout, which is the guest. I mean the host over here, and then you have 1 2 1 2. So it has 4 different layouts that you can choose from, and they all look so good. I've seen other people's haps, um, and they just look really nice. So I really like that a lot. You can adjust your mic, you can adjust your camera. Let's see. Now, when I hit that present, something else comes up and it looks exactly like StreamYard. You're going to share your screen. You click the little box if you want to share the audio as well. You can share the application window, but you also can just share one tab if you want to just do that. Like, let's say I want to click this tab, right? There's not going to be any audio on here, but I'm just going to click audio, and it goes right to the page that I want to show. So this is what I was looking at earlier today, because I wanted to order a Logitech camera. So I've already chosen the camera that I want to get, and I've read the specs and everything. I probably could get a cheaper one, but I'm not going to. I want to look. I want when you tune in to 20 Yvette Speaks, I want to look like you're watching television. Like, dang, she looks good. What she got going on over there? Like, I want my stuff to look like you were watching, House. You know what I'm saying? Or something like I want you to yes, yes, honey. She- she has got it going on. That's what I want. And so yeah, I'm actually liking it a lot. I'm gonna do the entire screen, and this time see if you guys can. Okay, so now it gives me 2 different things. So it bumps me, but then you can see all of it. Vanessa says when one chapter of the door closes, it's the setup for many amazing things to come for you. I agree. I cannot agree with you more. So okay, let's see. And I'm just showing this, you know, just stuff that I've been looking at, stuff that came up in my as I was doing the Gorilla Glue Girl. So now I got all this stuff. I have like attachments for musical instruments. This is just like my recommended page from Amazon, based on some of the stuff that I've purchased before. And then the Logitech equipment that I was looking at, I really am considering this camera right here because I know it's going to be amazing. I know the view and everything's going to be amazing. But they had one of these, this one right here, the C920S. I was reading this one. This one right here, I think it was like in the 70s. It's less than $100. It's $85, $85.39. But I mean, it's nice. It is. It's nice. And I have the updated Windows, most video calling applications. But you have to be careful when you're getting this, because you want to get a camera that's made for streaming. So it has to say streaming somewhere on the stats. Otherwise, it's just for recording, or it's just, for what do you call it? Like you're making a Skype phone call or something. So you want to be careful with these. But I have always had a thing for Logitech, and I've used Logitech before. But those cameras are like so old, I wouldn't dare. Yeah, yes, Amazon. I love Amazon. I love Amazon. Y'all don't shade me. I always have to throw some tech tips in there because y'all know I'm just, I really want to, This is like my thing, like I'm an entrepreneur. Sometimes I can't believe it. I'm not going to lie. When I look at stuff like what this girl did, and she and my ex-husband are, doing the most, and then I look at, you know, my success and just can't help but be thankful. My success is totally different. My husband would never think to be proud of me in the situation that I'm in because I don't own a mansion, and if I wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have that kind of car if it wasn't for me, which is a lie because I had an Infinity when I lived in Texas. Boo. So bought my own stuff by myself. And I don't want to be with somebody who you have to remind all the time. You didn't pick me up on the street corner. You know what I mean? I wasn't on the host road when you met me. I was actually I was out on a gig singing. You met me when I was at work. I had the microphone in my hand. If you can't remember, I was at work getting paid while you were talking about what a brother got to do to take you out. So, mm-mm. But you said you didn't want to be married to a minister, right? What is she claiming to be? The reason this guy didn't want to be married to me anymore is because of my health conditions. I'm not even kidding. And he said, I don't want anybody to think that I'm that cruel, but you are because you didn't have any other reasons. The moment I came home from the doctor's office, this man was like, we need to have a talk. I'm just not happy. So I gave him his freedom over the weekend. When he, went to work, I went to work packing. I was packing up stuff. And I called my mom and she was like, I already know. Just come home because you're sick of this and I'm sick of this. So good night, chop it up. Hey, Simply Nicole. Chop it up, get some sleep, girl. I know how it is. We never heard of the guys about code. We never heard from the guys about code. That and I had to put that on the thumbnail because do guys really have daddy cooks? You guys that are in the chat, do you guys have a girl code? A guy code, a bro code? You know, if you were to get divorced, is it okay for one of your friends to date your ex wife? Simply said gel. What is that? Gel and H? Is your daughter playing with your phone again, Nicole? Is the baby playing with your stuff? Get the baby off the phone, girl. That's what I was talking about the other night, lovely. This is a situation where the spouse breaks the contract. This is what the Bible is talking about in the New Testament, right? That when that man feels like he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you anymore, that he should draw up a decree of divorce, which now it's not that simple. You go to your lawyers and all that kind of stuff because. So what you do is, you have that conversation and you have that talk and you say, listen, yeah, mm-mm. I'm not happy. And, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm not happy. Okay. And you do that and you have the right type of conversation before you cheat. And this is what I didn't have a problem with that. I'm sorry about the quality, guys. Something I think we're having bad weather. Like there's bad weather coming in or whatever, so I do apologize. I know my right now screen looks a whole lot better than my YouTube screen and I don't like that. So I'm going to have to hurry up and get this camera. Daddy Cook says not a friend, that's a violation. See? We was right, y'all. We was right. Y'all heard it from a man. Y'all heard it from a man, okay? Lovely says that he better remember you reap what you sow. He could end up sick and this lady leaves him. Just like that one movie, what was it? What was a doggone movie? Diary of a Mad Black Woman, where her soon to be ex husband got shot in the courtroom, and then she stayed by his side in the hospital, and then when he came to and came home and he was paralyzed or whatever, he was trying to be all mean and I don't need you. Where's my, whatever, Carolyn? I don't know what that girl name. Where's she? Where's my maid? And she was like, your people are gone, okay? And I was so happy when she popped him and was like, that chick that you married is gone, okay? She don't live here no more. She don't live near here. She's gone. Okay? This chick you see before me is not the same girl that you got married to, boo. This chick right here is somebody totally different. Trust. Yeah. Lovely is definitely right. And Daddy Cooks, I agree. I'm Lovely and Reed, Catherine, we all agree you're not a friend. Girl code does exist, and apparently guy code does exist too. And you're trifling, if you go against that. Okay, when you're married and you do the traditional wedding vows, I want to let you guys know something. Please, if you cannot adhere to those vows, write your own vows and be honest with what you can and can't do, because divorce is nothing to play with. You guys don't even know what it was like when I was going through my divorce, the anxiety attacks that I used to have. Like, I literally was going through anxiety attacks every night. And, my counselor was like, do you need me, to make a doctor's appointment? Because, now there are remedies, you can go through your breathing exercises and get a hobby and this, that, and the other. And I did all that because I didn't want to, be on any medication or whatever. But the fact that a divorce can physically debilitate you, it can physically get to the point where things start manifesting inside of you to where you can't breathe and everything just goes out of whack. These are the reasons why girl code and bro code exist, because of that part of the anxiety. And then to have to see your ratchetness on top of what I've already gone through. You're a heartless witch. You could have got with anybody else you wanted to. Anybody. Even if he was stupid enough, because we all know that men think with their penises. So even if he was thinking with his penis as the point, you could have been like, I would never do that because I would want somebody to do that to me. Not once did you do this, but twice. Not one time did you get with my ex, but this is the second one. I'm scared to get a boyfriend now because you're going to come after him next. Don't forget Color Purple. Everything went downhill. When Celie left, okay, it was not the same. When Celie said, I'll holla, it wasn't the same. Out and about and out. What is up, my boo? How are you doing? I'm so glad you made it to the village tonight. Daddy Cook says, I've been married for 34 years. It isn't perfect, but it's mine. Exactly. Congratulations on those 34 years. See, that's what I was hoping for. When I got married real young, I was hoping for that. I want to be, 60 years old going, I've been married for, 40 years and, stuff like that. And it didn't work out like that for me. And it's okay. But, and I wouldn't be the woman I am today if all of these things hadn't happened. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of myself for how I'm handling the situation. Because if this had been me 20 years ago, I'd have blew up your damn house. Out and About says wanting to be divorced debilitated me, and I am a therapist. I feel so free. I felt so free when it was over. There is nothing like being single at 49. Okay, I've been single for almost 5 years, right? Because that's when I got my divorce. Went through a year and a half, almost 2 years of anxiety, medication, and all that kind of stuff. just when the pandemic hit, did I feel like I was divorced. So this just happened for me. This feeling of relief and freedom is just now, a few months, new. I now I'm in the stage where I'm appreciating my singleism. I'm appreciating that if I want to go to Crystal's at 2 o'clock in the morning, I can go and get a burger or a hot wing or a Crystal chick. You know what I'm saying? If I want to go to 5 different church services on Sunday, I can go because I ain't got to make sure dinner is on the stove at a certain time. I can eat whatever time of the day I want to. My laundry just, decreased 50%. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a pretty girl. I still don't have to wash my car. All I have to do is drive up to a car wash. I have not washed my car not once because I'm divorced. Do you understand what I am saying? Listen, my girls in the audience will let you know pretty girls don't stay single for long. We stay single because we want to, not because we're so ugly or because we don't bring anything to the table. Sweetheart, I got these nails and I still cook my ass off. Trust. Okay. I can go get whatever kind of sew in. I mean, I was a good wife down to if my husband didn't like my hairstyle, I would change it. Now I don't have to worry about it. I can go get some Shaka Khan hair right now, and I don't have to worry about somebody telling me your hair too big. You need to take that out. He used to hate for me to wear my natural hair, so if I want to poof up my fro, I can because it's my hair and I don't have anybody. I don't know if that's selfish or not. I don't know if I'm being selfish or not, but I do know that I'm just in that I appreciate my single. You know what I mean? It's like nothing else. I'm very, exhilarated by this. And I think that it is so driven right now because not only am I divorced, but my child is grown. So her children, I don't have to babysit until I want to. I don't have any small kids at home. If I want to go, take a trip tomorrow, I can book a flight, I can book a cruise. I literally can do what I want to do. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Don't hate. Do not hate. Okay? Am I wrong for that? Am I a little selfish? I'm just, But yeah, I did. I went through the you know, not being able to breathe, and I would start sweating and I would feel nervous. It almost felt like I don't know what it feels like when you're, about to take your last breath, but that's what it makes you feel like. And mentally, it makes you feel like, oh my God, if I'm not about to die, somebody else is about to die. And you go through it the same time every single night, sometimes the same time twice a night if you don't go to sleep. So I had to, my doctor had to prescribe something for me to get some rest, just for me to calm down because and I had never experienced anxiety attacks or panic attacks before in my life. So you just imagine, because I'm already amped up without coffee. So you can imagine. You can imagine. Okay. Oh, Lovely says she sure did read stillborn. I know I'm wrong, but I was rooting her on. Reese says, what are deal breakers in a marriage? The hard questions. Girl, we can talk about them deal breakers. Thank you. Oh, y'all are so seriously. You're going to make me cry. Thank you, Information Man. He gave me a Super Heart Award. You are the bomb. Love you, bro. Information Man, you got a lot of compliments last night. Can I just say, You got so many compliments. I don't know. Like, I want you to come back on my show, but we're gonna have to talk. Like, you're gonna have to dress a little bit ugly or something like that. These women weren't listening to what you were saying. These women were like, he is fine. Where did he come from? You didn't say you was having him as a guest on your show. I'm like, it wasn't like that. You need to simmer down. Fly Eagles Fly is in the house. What's up, bro? Yes. So tonight, Antoine, what's your opinion about canceling the Bible? Oh, listen, mm-mm. No, we don't do that where I'm from. I live in the Bible Belt. If you didn't know that, no, we don't cancel the Bible. That's like canceling your life. We don't do that. Catherine said, "To want to tell the truth and shame the devil." You are not selfish. You're giving yourself some overdue love. I feel that way. It's okay to care for you. Selfishness can be self-care. I mean, you're just the sweetest. Thank you so much. Listen, you guys, that's the first time I ever got a super heart over here on Haps. Am I streaming on Periscope too, you guys? I may be, because it says I have 5 running. I'm multicasting. So I might be on Periscope and just forgot. If I am, I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to omit you guys. I think I am though, but I'm not sure. But anyway, uh 148 on Haps. I appreciate you guys. Am I? Okay, good. Okay. 114 live chatters right now. I appreciate you guys. 30 over there on Twitter and Twitch. I love all of you. It pays to have different audiences. So, Information Man, you will be happy to know that I ordered my Logitech. So, I'm going to be looking super fresh next week. So, keep tuning in. Y'all get to see what I really look like. You know what, though? Answer me this, Daddy Cooks and Information Man, if you know. Is there some type of filter on the new computers? Yes. Some eyeballs are out there on Haps, are they not? Haps is doing something, for my audiences. Haps be showing up for you. They be showing up, they be chatting. Like, Haps is love y'all. I feel like there's a filter built in to this computer. I do. Just watching Clash of the Titans. I've never seen that before. I never wanted to see that, but I just feel like it's almost like a iPad or something. Like, it just makes me look extra. I'm serious. I don't have any makeup on or anything, and I'm like looking in the camera, and I'm like, do I really look like that? Because my mirror don't look like that in the bathroom. So I'm looking like I look all smooth and stuff. I was just wondering, is there like a built-in filter? I'm glad you guys like the chat tonight. These positive chats are really paying off. Y'all are showing up for it, and I love you guys, even in my silliness, okay? Even in my silliness, I'm over here. Yes, I know I'm being silly, but there may be. I'm telling you, and my iPhone is like that too, Information Man. My iPhone, like, it doesn't take true pictures. I don't care how you set it. This phone right here, this is a catfish phone. This phone makes you look like you got some ooh-wee. When y'all get the newer iPhones, just be prepared. There are 2 cameras on this phone, and then I have my Android. And my Android has 4 cameras on it. I don't even know how that sucker works. And then I got an Asus tablet today. So yeah, don't come for me, y'all, because I know how y'all do. I don't want to hear it, because you know what? I can do what I want to do. It's my YouTube money. This ain't the bill paying money. So this is what the back of this one, and this one right here is a Samsung. And I got a Samsung Android because, thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Daddy Cooks. Um, this one right here, my iPhone, it has capabilities to hook to my television, but my television is a Samsung, right? And so I got a Samsung Android so that I could do my stuff that I want to watch, like Disney Plus. When my daughter comes over, I can put my Hulu and my Netflix on the television, and stuff like BET Plus and stuff. It's all downloaded in my Android, and then I can just pop it up on the TV. And so I do that for her because she's, my granddaughter's only 5 years old, but she is drawn to the tech world like I was. She loves the computer and she loves to watch how things work and stuff. And so um, I am not even nervous about her using, my computers and stuff like that, because she's very careful, but she's very curious about this stuff. So, I love that she's another tech girl, because there ain't a lot of tech girls in my family. Chop it up, I thought you was going to sleep. Chop it up is in the house. Look at this. Look at this woman. You said good night. But I'm glad you're still here, sis. Daddy Cook said, girl, fine is fine. You know it. Quit playing. So what all did I miss tonight? Fly Eagles Fly said. We've been talking about the girl code, and we've been asking men in the chat about the bro code, because we want to know, is there a bro code? You know what I mean? And, pros and cons or whatever. Now, my girl asked about the pros and cons, like what's on my deal breaker list. She said, okay, one thing that's on my deal breaker list, is cheating. Cheating will definitely, that's a deal breaker. That'll get you fired. That will get you fired. Not being silly, better you tell your own story than someone else. I got to put that on the board. You said that. Yeah, I'm just being myself. It's the only way I know how to be. I have to be me. Everybody else is taken. You know what I'm saying? And what the haters think of me is their business. I could care less. Daddy Cooks and Information Man. Shaking hands virtually. Love that. I love the way you guys connect and treat each other. It's nice. Okay, deal breakers. Re-ask this question. So cheating is definitely, a no-no. That's a deal breaker. You guys put your deal breakers in the chat. Everybody, don't be scared. Give me at least one deal breaker that is on your relationship list. Cheating is one. Alcoholism is another. I do not like to smell a man that smells like alcohol. That is the most unsexy thing. Ooh, I can't stand. If you smell like a brewery, stay at home. Don't come near me. That is the most disgusting smell. I know some people don't care, you know what I'm saying, but I just don't. It's not sexy. You got your cologne on, you took a bath in your, Irish Spring or whatever, and then you're gonna top it all with some Crown Royal or whatever they call that stuff, some Mad Dog 2020 or whatever. It stinks. It smells horrible. It smells like I want to gag. Okay, that's a deal breaker for me. I don't ever want you coming home smelling like the pub, ever. It really is. It's a deal breaker for me. And then you guys have to remember, I'm still working in the ministry, so I can't take you to any church service if you've been drinking. And one of my deal breakers is that I require you sometimes to go with me and be my covering. So if I have to go speak somewhere, or if I have to go teach or preach or sing somewhere, I'm going to need you to be in the car with me, in the limo, in the truck, whatever, on the plane. I need you to be there. So if you can't, you need to let me know up front, because that's a relationship deal breaker. We can literally just, we don't even have to do this. You can go find you somebody that'll go to the cookout and get sloppy drunk, and y'all just be sloppy together. Disease. Thank you, JJ. Too many kids. How many kids is too many kids? And to the men in the house, I want to know this. If you're a man and you see a girl and she's fine, and then she says, Well, you said, tell me a little bit about yourself. And she says, well, I'm a happy mommy, and I have blank many a kids. How many kids are too many kids? Fly says, fake people. I know that's right. Be who you are. Do not be fake. I like that. If you smoking the ooh wee, the puff puff, no, no. Thank you, JJ. Out and About says, smoke and financially unstable. Look, I'm not saying that you have to be rich, dog, but you got to have a job. Auntie Twana doesn't like scrubs, boo boo. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to play the scrubs. You got to have your own. You're not moving into my house, man. You're not. You're not moving into my house, and you're not driving my car. You're just not. I'm sorry. I feel the same way. Daddy Cook says that hitting is a deal breaker. You hit me, you going to jail anyway. So if you hit me, you're going to jail, and I can get a jail real fast. If you go to jail, I can get a divorce faster. But just know that if you hit me, if you look like you want to raise your hand to hit me, if your breath acts like it wants to reach out and touch somebody, if your eyeballs are looking at me as if you think you can hit me, you're going to jail, sir. I don't play with this. My face is a part of my my entrepreneurship. So I don't break the nails. I don't mess up the face, the hair, none of this. All this, she stays intact. This is my money maker. So you can't, I don't come to your job messing with you. So don't come to my job messing with me. Begging for my money, JJ. Please have a job, have a career. Give me some money. How about that? Why do I always have to be the one with the apartment or the house and the cars and, the money in the bank? How come you can't? That's why I don't hang out in the hood. There's too many scrubs and baby boys in the hood. I'm sorry. Y'all look good. Y'all fine. I ain't gonna lie. You a boy around the way? Old boy around the way? Shoot, you ain't gonna get no finer than them. Some of them been to jail. They got them jailhouse muscles. You know what I'm saying? It's great eye candy. But if you still living at home with your mama, if your mom is on your bank account, bruh, too many kids. I just feel like if you have any small kids at my age, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying where I am in my life. I don't need no baby mama drama at 49 years old. I don't. I really would respect the fact that you tell me the truth. And if you have children and you don't take care of your children, miss me with that. If you have kids and you don't take care of your kids, bye, boy. Too many kids. Disease. Lying. Deal breaker for Ree is mental cruelty. Play them games if you want to. Lovely says that child molester or abuser. Because I'll look you up. I will look you up. I'm not even gonna lie. I got the stuff to look you up. I will look you up and see if you're on the on the list, for abusing anybody, not just kids. But I got the stuff. I will look you up. Okay? I got Pacer too. I subscribe to Pacer. So trust and believe. Don't play with me. JJ says secret bisexual relationship. If you are on the down low, you are low down. Okay? If you're on the down low, if you act more like a lady than I do, yeah, that's one of them, I understand you was raised by your mama and your grandmama and your auntie and you just have feminine ways. But if you stay in a salon more than if you get your hair cut at the salon instead of a barber shop, that's just me because y'all know I come from cosmetology. I am a part of the beauty community. Um, no, I want my man has to go to the barber shop. He can't go to the salon with me. Mm-mm. Something ain't right with that. No. Fly Eagles Fly says that 6 kids and above is too many kids for a man. 6, so y'all can put up with a lot. Fly says relationship works as a team. Like me and my fiance, we're a team. So not being pitted against each other. Fly, am I right? That's a deal breaker. And I agree with that. Daddy Cooks says great show. I gotta run. Take care. Bye, Daddy Cooks. I appreciate you being here. Um, all of these deal breakers are good. This stuff is on my list. And information man says I only like the blink cat. I listen. I feel you. I'm straight. So I am sorry, yo. If that messed with your psyche, I am sorry. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna marry any girls. I don't have a down low, community that I'm a part of because I don't swing that way. Um and I don't want my man to swing that way either. If I plan on getting back in another relationship, trust and believe. I don't want you to be a hoe, but I don't want you to be on the down low either. Okay? All right? Flagel Slice is a deadbeat mom. I totally agree with that if you're a deadbeat dad. But if you're a deadbeat mom, and he's speaking for the men, okay? Information Man says the same thing, 6 and above. So if you got more than 6 kids, mm-mm. Don't even care how old they are. Just if you got more than 6 kids, because and then if they're babies, do you expect the man to come in and do for your babies like he does for you? Is that a requirement for single moms? I mean, I know that some men, are not going to have a problem with that. If you've got like a child or a couple of kids, but when you start you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12 kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of them are still at home. Like, that might be a problem for a man to do for all of the are all of your children with the same guy, or are all 6 kids by a different man? Because listen, women, that adds to your body count. That lets a man know. You know what I'm saying? You need to cut that crap out, okay? All your children, I'm gonna need for you to stick with one man if you're gonna have babies, and all these people need to have the same last name. Okay? You're giving birth to a lot of humans. And each one of these humans are like half brother and sister because you keep switching partners. I need you to stop. You're giving women a bad name when you do that. I know some men that think that all women are the same, probably because of the women they keep choosing. Thank you so much, Vanessa. I appreciate you. Get some rest. I hope to see you the weekend because we're going to be clowning on the internet as usual. But I feel like that. I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice if you just continue to have. Now, if you want these kids and you can afford these kids, and this is, something that you want to do, then more power to you. I'm just saying for me, you know what I'm saying? If a guy comes into my life and you've got probably more than 4 children, and those children are itty bitty kids, and you are not taking care of them, number one, I'm not going to want to have a child by you. And number two, I'm looking at you sideways because you just told me you had all these babies. And how come you're not paying child support? How come you're not taking your visitation? You know what I mean? To a woman at my age, standard is everything. You need to have your ish together because if you don't, it makes me look at you like, what have you been doing all your life? Like, why are you not in position? for greatness for the rest of your life. Like, what is that credit score like? Because you may want to get something with your credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how come you don't have a savings account? What is that about? Not that I even want any of your money, but you're too old to be running around without a savings account. You just are. Like, come on. Are you paying your car insurance? Do you have, are you renting? And if you are renting, do you have renter's insurance? Are you being responsible? You know what I mean? Your stuff has to be set right because women of a certain age and a certain standard look at stuff like that. I don't want to bring my stuff over to your house and you don't have any renter's insurance and the building catches on fire. And now, all my brand new stuff just got burned up in your building and it's not going to be replaced because you don't have renter's insurance. We think like that. So, no, that's a deal breaker. You need your insurance policies. You need benefits, man. You need benefits. And if you're going to think about raising, children and stuff like that, I would even go so far as to say, gentlemen, you need to have your own home. You need to have your own home. Not your own apartment and all, but you need a home, for your children and stuff like that. You need to be, making it, hey, you one day you're going to have grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? They're going to want a big yard to play in and, have all kinds of fun. You know, it's just, I understand being like set in your ways and stuff like that, but some of us women, that adds up to stability, and it adds up to being strong and security, which is what we like. That's a far cry from being a gold digger. I just want you to be set in place. Set goals for success, so that if something were to come up, you know what I'm saying? You can take care of it financially, mentally, emotionally. You're emotionally available. You care about another person's feelings. All of this stuff is important. And a lot of times, when you jumping and skipping and diving and falling and crisscrossing in love and all that kind of stuff, you forget this conversation. You forget the conversation of the girl code and the bro code, and you forget about your deal breaker list. You forget about the qualities that you want in a mate. And a lot of times we forget that stuff because you know they be looking so fine, and oh, we went out a couple of times and she or he is just so nice, and you go on for a few months. Oh my god. And let me tell you something that I learned early on. By the 3-month mark, if he or she has not taken you to meet the parents or meet the friends or meet anybody, you're not going to. Especially men, women for sure, but especially men, they already know around that 3-month mark if you're the one or not. And 9 times out of 10, they're either going to break up because they know, you know what I'm saying, or ghost you and just completely disappear. But either way, they're going to get out of the relationship before it comes a relationship, or they just go ahead and start in with another woman without telling you, which is kind of like that show, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, except for they're doing it on television. So you can see everything that's happening. But in real life, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. So I'm just like, well, in real life, I kind of feel like it is like The Bachelor because they are dating other people and I just don't know about it. So, you know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm standoffish. I'm not going to get close to you unless I know you're in this for the long. Because for me, for 49 years old, dating for fun is not an option. I'm not wasting my time with anybody like that. I think that's stupid. And I'm not saying that I'm a 10, like I'm all that in a bag of chips, but I just have standards and I do have deal breakers and, I do have a heart. You know what I'm saying? And I wish that more women kind of felt like that. You know what I'm saying? I had taught this class one time, you guys, and I said if women were to take sex off the table when you're dating, you don't listen. We're dating, right? You don't get marital benefits as a boyfriend. Period. Period. Not over here. I'm just speaking for myself. But I do feel like if more people, if especially women, would start to look at life like that, stop giving away everything on a guy that you're just dating, because you can't get it back. You give this guy your body, you can't take that back. Look, and if it's somebody that's not even thinking about you long term, you just gave him your body while he's off with Samantha or something. Take that stuff off the table. Who told you that that was even a requirement? Nine times out of 10, if somebody is going to break camp because you won't give them sex, that's not a long term person anyway. That's somebody that's just trying to hit it and quit it. Is that what you want? You don't want that. Fly Eagles Fly says if a woman doesn't have a good heart, she's got to go. I agree. What I mean, a good heart depends on how she is with everyone. I agree. You got to have a good heart, just loving, caring, be emotionally available, like I said before. That's important. Fly says crazy dog trying, then trying to give everyone a kiss. You got it. You said that. And if you kissing everybody else, I don't want you kissing me. I'm just, you can keep those lips to yourself. Out and About says that if you can't pay a mortgage, then you're not fine. If you can't pay, Oprah Winfrey said something years ago on the Oprah Winfrey Network. I just remembered that, the Oprah Winfrey Show. She said, this is how you know your man is a boss, because your mortgage could be $1,000 a month, right? If you can afford to put $1,000 in the bank at the same time you pay your mortgage of that same amount, when the utility bill comes, put that same amount in the bank. When the phone bill comes, put that same amount in the bank. And you still, hey, chocolate, you still, got play around money. You still got some money to put in the savings account, and you've got all your bills paid. You're a boss. You're handling your business. And that stuck with me, throughout. I'm serious. Y'all think I'm playing? The stuff that women go through, I have never went through that stuff because of the caliber of man that I choose to be with. My daughter's biological father, I never once had to ask him for child support, because when I took him to court and we sat in the courtroom, my lawyer took care of all that paperwork. So immediately the following week, I got checks in the mail. I would never, not that there's anything wrong, but I'm not going to date somebody, who works at Little Caesars Pizza. And I'm not saying that that's bad, for somebody who's 20 something years old. That might be somebody who's a teenager. That might be the thing. But at my age, you can't work at Little Caesars and, Domino's as a driver and all of this and afford the lifestyle that I am accustomed to. If you can't treat me better than I treat myself, then we don't have anything to talk about. And I'm not a shabby chick. I'll tell you that right now. Information Man says I do that every month. See what I'm saying? It's because you're a boss. We know this. That's what I'm talking about. Jean is laughing, but I'm so serious. I'm like, I don't need, that's drama. That's drama. It is, because you're going to have fights about that financial stability. You're going to have fights about, I asked you, for this and you still haven't given it to me. You know what I'm saying? Jean says that if he owns a franchise, then yeah. I mean, if he owns a franchise of something and it's lucrative, Mama's Mad Ideas. Hey, welcome to the village, girl. You made it. Yes, yes. My sis is in the building. Yeah, Jean, if he owns a franchise and the franchise is doing well, then that's different. If you own the Little Caesars, you're not the cashier. If you own the Pizza Hut and you're not back there slinging, mozzarella cheese. If you own, Cheddar's or Old Charlie's, then yeah. But if you just working and you know what I'm saying, you getting that same old $2.16 as a server, and then you got to live off of tips, and that's your only means of income, and you doing this at my age, it just doesn't work for me. For me, mm-mm. I'm too old for that. At this point, if I got to put up with a man who's already set in his ways, then I'm going to get some benefits out of it. Because I know he's not going to change. However, he is how he is at that point, right? So, yeah. So that's what it is. It is what it is. Did you guys have fun tonight? Is this not one of the best conversations ever? We've been on here for almost 2 hours. I got 5 minutes before I hit the 2 hour mark. See, information man, what I was saying, these people will not let you get off. But I do. I gotta go. I can't do 3 and 4 hours tonight, guys, but right. Out and about said I agree. I'm listen, we've been having a good tonight was a really good talk. Like I love it. Shout out to the 167 in the chat. Thank you, Haps, for 180 smiling faces. Over on Twitter and Periscope, we got 33. I even got a super heart. You know what I'm saying? So I am so happy. Tonight was super fun. And I'm excited. I'm probably gonna go live a little bit over the weekend, but I'm not gonna do too much until I get my camera because oh my god, I'm gonna look so good. Flagel Splices. So question: what if he owns the place but he helps the employees? There's nothing wrong with that as long as the business is lucrative. If he's actually making money and he makes it income and it's steady and he's not struggling, then I think that's wonderful. That's awesome. That's what I think. Out and About says, I own 3 houses and I need you to bring something to the table. That's all I'm saying. Because you're not moving in my house and you're not driving my car. And it's not because I'm selfish. It's because I've done that before as a young woman. And I found out real quick how stupid that is. I don't need a house husband. I don't need a house husband. I don't need a Mr. Mom. You know what I'm saying? I don't need any of that. I need you to go out there and clock in somewhere. I need you to go out there and handle your employees. I need you to go out there and do some work because you're not using up my money. Not a dime, not a drop. No, honey, absolutely not. I am not playing those games with nobody because, and like I said, this is just a 49, almost 50-year-old woman talking and giving you wisdom. It's just some things that you don't need in your life, and that type of financial drama is one of them. Emotional drama is another. If you are crazy just a little bit and you need some medication because you're bipolar, you need to take care of that. And I don't think that there's nothing wrong, with dating someone who has a chemical imbalance as long as you got yourself in check. You need to take care of that. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Okay? So if you're physically not doing okay, you definitely need to go to a doctor. I hate a man who could just have a hernia burst and not want to go and get medical help because that means that you're going to die one day and it's probably going to be something simple and you could have just went to the doctor and instead you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there demolishes the security that I have in the relationship because you're sick and you won't take care of yourself. So when I'm sick, are you going to take care of me? If the baby's sick, are you going to take care of the baby? Because you're not taking care of yourself. Now, if you don't love yourself, you cannot love me. If you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. Reese says both people need a real retirement plan. Yes, stay at home moms, make sure you need a retirement plan. You need to have some change in your pocket. It needs to be, earning while it's in that special savings account. Yeah. It needs to be drawing interest. You need to have enough in there. It needs to be growing. As you're living, it needs to be growing. I don't care if you've only got $5 to put in a month. Start with something. Because you've got to have it. You've got to have it. If you don't have a 401k, or if you were like me and you were, just an employee, and at one of the fanciest salons, bumper curling hair, even we had a plan. Yes, we are entrepreneurs standing behind a chair, cutting hair and stuff like that all day, and bumper curling, shampooing, and conditioning. But at the end of the day, we still got to have something, in a safe somewhere or in the bank somewhere or whatever. Because back in my day, they didn't even offer us insurance. So, you know what I'm saying? You had to stash some money back just in case you needed to go to the, ER, or, go to the doctor. We go to the doctor. I'm always used to paying cash for the visits. And, that's just, how it is. Nowadays, some things have gotten better. But, as you grow, you learn. And when you learn, you do better. And that's what a part of this conversation was about. When I asked the men and the women to put their deal breakers in the chat, is because, you guys who are going to watch the replay, you need to learn this stuff. This stuff is real and it's important. And people's lives are getting messed up because of poor relationship behavior. It is so important that you stop messing up people's lives with your mess. Get it together. And I totally agree with Ree. You need a plan. You need a plan. Mama's Mad Idea says that love what you're wearing, sis, against the pink. But thank you. This seems like it was a good topic. I'm gonna watch the replay to get all the juice. Girl, it was the bomb.com. I gotta tell you. Anyway, I'm running my mouth still again. But we're gonna do a part two to this because I love it. Probably we'll get some men on the panel this time. But anyway, watch the replay, you guys, because it's super good. Reese says that I'm a nurse. I saw so many older women lose after their husbands passed away. Hmm. Had to get jobs at 70 years. Exactly. The husband is gone. And now, you didn't think, you thought he was going to live forever and all that kind of stuff. No. Mm-mm. Tyler Perry said this in one of his videos. He said, women, the smart women will take a little bit, every time, you get paid, you get a little bit and you put it over here on the side because you're going to need that money one day. That's your backup plan, because anything can happen. You take a little bit and you sprinkle it in there, take a little bit and sprinkle, every week or every month or whatever. So, that pile gets bigger and bigger and bigger and starts drawing some interest. And then you could do some other things to make your money grow in your sleep. So if you do get stuck in a situation where, he's gone or he wants a divorce or he's dating the, secretary or whatever, or, if God forbid he passes away, you know, you've got something to fall back on. And the same thing for men. Don't just go to work and hand your check over to your wife. Make sure you have a plan because you do need something in savings and you do need, some things, some IRAs, some stocks, some bonds. You need some stuff. So, something to think about. Something to think about. Mama says you're so right. I did hair for 10 years and went back to school. I'm now teaching second grade. I agree with you. My divorce was final last year. All right, sis. 25 years. Flagel Spy says I want some fish. If I had some, I'll go get it. Are you really thinking about food right now? JJ says that's what I do, save money just in case. Yeah, most women do. We have a rainy day fund, you know, but start somewhere. Like if it's just, up to $5, it could be a couple of dollars, just, whatever, you know, just to get your feet, on the ground, just to get in the game, just put something in there and, keep stacking it, keep building it up because at the end of the day, you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I was in Texas in Hurricane Ike, and my neighborhood looked okay. I had a little water in my apartment, but it wasn't that bad. But I drove down the street because I was giving the neighbors a ride so they could go get water and stuff because we couldn't drink the water. And the military was coming to help us because we were in a state of emergency. We didn't have self service, for days. And I finally got the opportunity to call my mom, and she was just like, "You're alive." And I'm like, "Yeah." And if I had been broke in that situation, I don't know what I would have done. But I've never been in a hurricane before, you know. I wasn't a brand new. I had been in Texas some years when Hurricane Ike decided to show up, but it just, it goes to show you, don't be broke in certain situations, you know? And I was just so thankful. I was like, thank God, you know. So I had a couple of jobs under my belt, had some automatic money coming in. But if I was a stupid woman, probably probably would have just ended up under a bridge somewhere with everybody else because everything was trampled. I mean, even the hotel down the street, they didn't have phone service. A tree had fell on part of the building. I mean, drove down the street and there was like brick walls laying on top of cars and stuff like that, and I just felt so thankful, and so blessed, and it I just felt like, okay, well, this is my opportunity because my car is fine. So these people need, to go get, groceries, to go get water and stuff like that. And it's just really a bad idea to not have renter's insurance and to not have some money stashed away somewhere. So yeah, think about that. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and go to bed. Yeah, information, man. I could write a book. I've been through some stuff. Out and about says you need a portfolio. Absolutely. Listen, it has been so much fun. I really enjoyed this conversation, you guys. I really did. We got to keep this up. This kind of stuff to me is exciting. I love to get into some, conversations, and, you guys just made it great, chatting back and everything. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you to my 188 live chatters. Thank you to 191 people on HAPS 35 throughout the internets floating around in the air. Everybody in the bushes. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to mask it up, you guys. Put those masks on and make sure that you are being safe. Get that sanitizer and everything. Make sure that you are being safe for you and your family. Reese says an insurance is worth every penny. Life, flood, car, rental. I wish those people in Houston had insurance like that. Hmm. I did. Wouldn't that have saved a whole bunch of drama if you had that type of insurance, if it was even offered while you were in somewhere like Texas? So, still praying for everybody that's still, affected. I know it's over, but the aftermath that you have to live through. So, keep those people in your prayers. Do not forget to live on purpose. And I will be talking to all of you in another video. All right, guys, I love you.